We live back full effect, in full effect. I'm sorry. GHB TV. I'm your host, Greg Hackett. We got the people coming through. We want to hear y'all opinions on Turki Sheikh saying he's not supporting any more track meets. Meaning, if you're gonna get in there, make make the big money and not fight for it, we don't want you here. Some people might take it as some type of disrespect, but then again, when you think about it, it is a fight that we're here to see. You know what I'm saying? We here to see a fight. I ain't here to see nobody play around. I want to see somebody get hurt. This is the hurt business. You know what I mean? Is he wrong? The brother Michael, what's going on? Love you too, gang. What's going on? Right back like we left something. Already know. Bang, you know what it is. What's up, Cos? We want to know though. I'm gonna put the link in the chat in a second. Also, Westmont Rich came through. He said if they was to put Gary Antoine Russell in the ring with Keyshawn Davis, he think he would stop him. Whoa. What y'all think about that fight? He said he think Gary Antoine Russell will stop Keyshawn Davis. Perfect. Bodies. I'm a spirit, gang. They said I agree. Alphabet Boxing said they agree. Gap Tooth, what up? It would go to decision. True King said it would go to decision. Bang said I wouldn't say all that. That was a hell of a, you know what I mean? That was a hell of a statement. Puyo is a serious problem. He is. Crafty boy. I agree. He paying these guys too much. I'm not one to get into the money because I don't know what they making. I know they making great money, but what I'm saying is we definitely not getting the fights. Something definitely not adding up. Why no one call out Gary? He might be the dark horse. Might be the forgotten one. Maybe dudes just don't want that trouble. Hmm. I'm saying if him and if Gary Antoine and Keyshawn fought, that'd be a crazy fight. But you know what's crazy about today? A lot of fighters doing a lot of talking, but I don't think a lot of them is really that confident in themselves. Because I'm not seeing it. I'm waiting for my man Westmont. Where you at? Because I need an explanation for the Gary Antoine joint. Flame on 2-4 said Gary ain't stopping no Keyshawn. Y'all tripping. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Oh, I didn't say that. Y'all don't remember where that came from. Whoa, I didn't say that. Said we threw E off the roof together. Oh, I didn't agree on that E shit. Ah, somebody tell me where that came from. Oh, I didn't say that. Says 30 missing from the safe. What's the deal, dummy? Fuck it is. Scary, what up? Nate Johnson, 4K. Oh, they pulling up. What's going on, y'all? No, at 140, Gary too crazy. Man, Tio need to get touched. Chill, Greg. They too young for that. He said, whoa, I didn't say that. I didn't. I didn't agree on that easy shit. What's up with Boots? He waiting on Norman or what? I don't know. I ain't hear nothing. Y'all think I'll be pumped for you? Y'all think I'll be talking to Boots every day? And that's no disrespect me saying that. I'm just saying I don't be knowing what's going on until I hear what's going on. As of right now, unified 147-pound champion of the world. Edwin deserves Shakur rematch. You know what? I kind of feel that way too. I kind of feel that way too. You know what? Also, I think we will get a rematch. The boxing source, you know what it is. I think we will get a rematch out of that fight. There was a lot of stones left unturned at the end of that fight, and we gave Shakur. You know what I mean? I feel like we gave him a little grace because his hand is fucked up. You know what I mean? I can't be mad at him for that. But come on, rematch good for both for sure. Boots versus Boachuk. Why you want to see that happen to Boachuk? Edwin might fight on that August 16th card. Yeah. Miss Rashonda, what's going on, sis? How you feeling? How was your day? Everybody good? Crawford versus Boots for the culture. That would be insane. Is GH Edwin says he'll still fight Keyshawn at 140. He said at 4. What, at 140 or 30 or 35? Ooh. That would be crazy if we can get I mean, well, they didn't fight the first time, but if they could reschedule it. It'd have to be at 40 though, cause I'm tired of hearing niggas say I can't make the weight or I'm tired of all that. We ain't keep doing all that. I definitely, I mean, will watch that fight though. I was disappointed for sure when they didn't fight the first time. All-time lightweight bracket: Duran, Floyd, Lomo, Mosley, Armstrong, Sweet Pea, Julio Cesar, Benny Leonard, Pac-Man, Shakur, Tank Marquez, Eric Morales, Bud, Mikey, and Adrian. That's a hell of a list. I feel like it's a couple missing, but that's a hell of a list. Respect G, but fuck Turkey. Damn, EH, what he do to you? My bad. I'm about to put the link in the chat. What Turkey do to you, EH? We gotta get my old head on here. That was kind of crazy. He said respect, but fucking. Oh shit. Oh shit. Damn, everyone be hating Turkey. Yeah, you view Spence as a Hall of Famer. Um, being an Olympian and becoming a world champion, yeah, I would say. Listen, I told y'all this. If they let Sylvester Stallone enter the Boxing Hall of Fame for a movie series, they gotta let Earl in. That'd be crazy. When you let a motherfucker get in the Hall of Fame off a movie, not really living the life, like, but he acted the life. I think that's crazy. Some of y'all may think I'm tripping, but that's crazy. Said Netflix might get shut down September 13th. Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy night. The link is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. I was waiting on my man Westmont because he was the one that came up with the Gary Antoine versus He was the one that came up with the Gary Antoine versus Keyshawn. What would that fight look like? So I want to hear it. I definitely want to hear his opinion on that. That's crazy. Because that's a crazy joint. Why is some sports media in the boxing source in the building? EH in the building. What's up, y'all?
Man, Edge walked in this
What's
motherfucker
good?
and said, Turkey. God damn.
You said he did
Oh
what?
man, listen, man. I love money. You know what I mean? I think we all do. You know, and we gonna hustle, we gonna work, we gonna do what we gotta do to get as much as we can and do what we can for ourselves, our family, all that. But all that
Hmm.
shit talking indirectly to motherfuckers like they a hoe or some shit. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. You ain't never put on a fucking pair of boxing gloves. You look like you don't even go to the fucking gym. You wearing a stomach sticking all the way out. Get the fuck out of here. And you want to talk about how somebody fighting in a ring? Like that shit is an indirect shot at the motherfucker. And you talking
Hold
like
on.
that because you got money.
Hold on, EH. So you feel like he's disrespecting the sport by even coming out of his mouth and saying something like that?
Yeah. I feel like he's disrespecting the sport. It ain't just because
Hey,
of the performance that Devin had. Like that's how I'm viewing it. You know what I
hey,
mean? And
hey,
people who
I gotta,
people
I
who
gotta correct you real
lie like that.
fast, right? He don't have money. He has access to money. Go
Well,
ahead.
yeah,
Go to it.
he's a member of that whatever governing body, whatever. But I'm just saying,
Yeah, he works for them niggas.
when people are thinking about boxing in the space that we in now, we know he's the liaison to that money.
Yeah,
So that's why I'm saying it like that. And he's only talking like that because he's in that position. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, I don't that bro. That it's different when it's me on fucking YouTube giving my opinion. You know what I mean? That shit don't mean nothing. I'm just a fan talking, giving my opinion. But when you somebody that important in the sport and you talking like that, that's different. That's
Mm.
different when you're doing that. And you only doing it because you got money. Like, I don't
Mm.
know, man. I didn't like that shit, bro. I ain't like that shit, bro. I ain't
Mill,
like that.
Mill, Mill, what you think, Mill?
about what in regards to the
Turkey
to the
out. We
running
we
thing?
on we on we on Turkey out sheet right now.
I think it was a casual fan's perspective. Essentially, what they have is a casual fan out here making fights and promoting fights, and
Mm.
I think it was directed at a certain core group of guys. Let's keep it a bean. Um,
Yeah.
we black fighters, Cuban fighters are the most athletic fighters in, on the planet, and it just so happened that the Cubans that are really athletic be as dark as G. Go figure. But I think
I
people
felt
are tired of seeing one particular style dominate.
Mm.
And I'm speaking of the rest of the world. It is almost impossible to beat an elite level black fighter in their prime because of certain athletic gifts and certain technical deficiencies. And I feel like what Turkey's trying to do is appease to the non-black casual that, standing fight, but the reality is if they could do it, they would.
I
Nobody's
kind of
going to take
disagree.
punches.
I kind of disagree. I
Wait,
feel
wait,
like if
wait, wait, brother, wait, brother. I'm not. Let me lay my plane. Right? You've been seeing this narrative around for years, and it's only when you're only with guys that's not having success against that style.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When it was an issue with Floyd, it wasn't necessarily an issue with Ali. It was an issue with Floyd because you couldn't beat Floyd.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it more so has to do with the demographic that wants to watch that particular style lose, and that style has been effective and dominant for the last 60 years.
Mm.
Like I'm not giving out opinions. I'm giving out like that. Those are facts. Like if we look at the guys who are finishing their careers undefeated, these are boxers. These are
Right.
traditional athletic boxers, and I think it's a situation where they kind of want an even playing field.
Let
Now,
me say,
is it aesthetically pleasing? Is it aesthetically pleasing to some fans? No, but that's fans that come from that demographic because that's their style of boxing. Their style of boxing is predicated on standing there and being the tougher man and letting your hands go. But it's only predicated like that because of athletic gifts and environment. If you had speed, if you had athleticism, you would use it. And since you're devoid of that, then what you feel like is real boxing is standing there and trading it and being macho. Go ahead, bro.
and what I wanted to say is, I feel like one, when you putting your money on the line, I feel like you can say that. And I feel like we got a bad week in the boxing that made all of us, even me as a black man, I felt the same, bro. What Devin Haney did and the old boy that fought Canelo was not appeasing boxing. That's not what Purnell did. That's not what Floyd did. They move athletically. It's different between moving and running. Devin Haney and the old boy that fought Canelo was not being athletically gifted in the ring. They was running. They got in there scared to fight. Now, if I'm putting my money on it, I feel like I feel like I should be able to say when my money is involved, I'm not telling you to sit there and rock 'em, sock 'em, but make it an entertaining fight. You know what I'm saying? I think that the way black fighters, the best black fighters have been fighting, the way Purnell fight, the way Floyd fight, that's never been running. What we seen Devin Haney do and what we seen old boy that fought Canelo, that's actually running. And
Question. Has those
hold on,
same fans called?
hold on, bro. I'll let you talk. And when I try to say
You're right.
something, you stop me. Let me get my issue off. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that. I feel like if I'm paying this money to be in the middle of Times Square, and everybody telling y'all that I'm paying fighters what they deserve, or even overpaying fighters, do not get in the ring and put on a poor show. Like that's just. If my money was involved, if I was Turkey and I was spending the money, I'm not gonna tell you to sit in the middle of the ring and get yourself hurt to where you can't enjoy the rest of your life. At the same time, don't finesse me and get in there and run around for 12 rounds. That's not fair to the fans. And even though that the ring is a certain size, what Devin Haney and them did to me personally is not what we call athletic black fighting. What Purnell did, what Mayweather did, is not what them dudes did.
Question. Though that same demographic of fans, did they call what Purnell and Floyd did running as well?
Yeah, but that don't make it
Wait,
true.
wait, no.
I
I
answered the
just asked
question. You
you.
can't make
Wait,
me
wait.
answer how you want me to answer. I
No,
answered the
no.
question.
I
I
asked the
said yes,
question,
they did
bro.
say that, but that don't make
Calm
it true.
down. Calm down. I was gonna follow up with something else. Calm down, bro. All right. So can you say that demographic can differentiate from what you're talking about to actual athletic boxing, right?
I can't say that the whole demographic of Hispanic or Caucasian fighters can't. There are some odd eggs that don't tell the difference, but I'm not gonna sit here and say every Mexican and white fan don't understand the difference between running and boxing.
I said what they call running and
Yes,
boxing.
I'm not gonna put every person that's Hispanic or white and say
I didn't say every person. I said that demographic that's calling what Devin and did running. Are they the same demographic that call what Floyd and them is doing running?
probably yeah.
Okay.
But that doesn't make
Y'all
it
go
true
ahead,
though.
cook. Y'all
That
go ahead,
doesn't
cook.
make it true. You know what I'm saying? If they feel like that's running, that's their opinion. That doesn't make it factual. That doesn't make it true. This is their opinion. And this game is opinion based. And my opinion is what Devin did and what old boy from Cuba did against Canelo is, I'm gonna keep it 100, bro. To me, my opinion, when you run that much, you damn near have to put your hands down and chase somebody to hit them. Like when people be saying, oh, you got to cut off the ring. I watched Earl Smith. To me, in all time, he was the best person not cutting off the ring. If Earl Smith was fighting the fighter doing that, I don't think he's gonna cut off the ring. You damn near gotta put your hands down and run to somebody to hit him. That's not. You can't. And bro, I'm a black dude. You can't fault for Canelo for not. Like, yeah, maybe he could have did it better, but at the same time, like it's get to a point where it's like, bro, you're running. Like,
Bro, respectfully, Canelo didn't even try though.
Yeah, he didn't.
okay,
Canelo
but
didn't
I'm
try.
saying though, when you running that much, it's like, come on, bro. Like, it's get to a point where it's like, I gotta damn near not box to chase you. I still have to be defensively. I still gotta guard myself while I'm trying to get you to chase you down and hit you without me being touched. I damn near gotta put my guard down to get you. That's not fair. That's not boxing, bro.
That's
Them
not
dudes
you
was
said
running.
you said that's not fair.
Nah, it's not. I mean, you can call it fair. You can look. We can't say it's not fair, but like if I feel like it's fair for Turkey to say it because he paying these fighters. You know what I'm saying? Good money, and he not knocking black fighters. He just said that boxing needs a black heavyweight champion. He understands what black fighters mean to the game, but to get in there and to not fight, to not box. You know what I'm saying? To the point where it's like, damn, but what are you in here for?
All right,
That's
question
not fair.
for you, right? You brought that up. Who set the record for the least amount of punches landed in a
Canelo.
fight?
Canelo.
Okay, and then on that same list, it was who else?
Devin Haney and maybe Shakur and the other Shakur and De Los Santos.
Wasn't Ryan Garcia and Rolly on that list, JR?
They
Yep.
might have been.
Okay, so
I agree it's biased. I agree it's biased.
wait. I'm just what I'm pointing out is that Ryan Garcia isn't considered a mover or anything, but you notice how that is targeted because Ryan Garcia didn't do shit. He didn't throw shit, and he was right in front of Rolly, correct?
Right.
So are we looking for action
Yeah, but
packed fights?
life ain't fair. We expected it to be fair. We know life
Brother,
ain't fair. Try to put
brother.
it. Let me say this.
I'm just calling a spade a spade.
I understand this, but to try to put it on it ain't fair. We've been past that. It ain't never been fair. So to try to put it on it, well, it's not fair that they did this. We've been knew that, and it's
So
not gonna
wait.
change. That's
So am
not
I
gonna
not
change.
supposed to? Am I not supposed to analyze what I'm saying?
You are supposed to analyze back to say, as you being a black man, you still got to understand. Like, hold on, yes, we
It's
are
not.
more.
It's not about
Yes,
me understanding though. He asked me a
yeah, but
question,
every time I
and
talk, you want me to respect whatever he say. You want me to
and I'm
respect you.
analyzing what I'm seeing.
Hey,
It's
check
very
this out. You
simple.
want me to respect you, but when I talk, you want to talk in front of me. How that work?
But you're doing the same fucking thing though.
I didn't do nothing. You talk for 5 minutes. I
Yeah,
shut the fuck up. I didn't
Cook.
say nothing.
Go ahead,
All
Cook,
right, so
brother.
look, can I say this?
Go ahead,
Can
G.
we be fair and say this? Turkey never said nobody name though. Cause you know why? The whole card was like that. He
Yeah,
never
Yeah,
that
but
said
Coach
nobody
Butt on
name.
Friday. Yeah.
it ain't like he said the black fighters. Like you said, like G said, the whole car was like that. He didn't point out Devin Haney. He said everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Turkey racist. I just think that he's spending a lot of money and he wanted to be entertaining. And at the same time, I understand the fighters because they want to take care of it. After fighting, they want to live a good life and they don't want to be damaged like the old fighters was. And I understand that too. But if you not going like what Devin Haney and them did, bro, and a slight part of me understand it because Devin Haney went through some stuff and he got off for a big bag to fight Ryan. So he wants to do whatever he wanted to do to make sure he got that next bag. And a part of me understand that. I do understand that. But to say that's not running, to use what Devin Haney did as example of elite black boxing is not true. That is not elite black boxing.
But see, this is the thing, brother. In business, the basic concept in business is supply and demand. So if Turkey don't like it, get the fuck out of boxing. Cause somebody gonna put money in boxing. Because the athletes that are in boxing are different than every other athlete. So for
Ain't
you to
nobody got
pick
money
out,
like Turkey got money.
all right, listen, but for you to pick out a particular style during a particular time, you think you the god of boxing right now. And that shit don't go. I don't give a fuck who got money. I don't give a fuck what bitch is the baddest. Guess what? God made another motherfucker just like you. So ain't nobody got to kowtow and bow down to him. He just got into boxing a little while ago for whatever reason. They say he a fan, okay, whatever. Just like Bill has to keep reminding us sometimes because it do slip my mind. That's not his money. So the money
I
that's
was just
being
about to
used
bring up
for
that
that
point,
sport,
EH.
with the money that's being used for that sport, it has to be a governmental decision that's being made. So we don't even know yet really what their aim is for getting in the box.
Man, let me say
Can I
something.
Because it ain't
I ain't
all
can
trying
I
about
I ain't trying to interrupt you,
but
but for the last couple years before Turkey, everybody was complaining about we ain't getting paid enough money. The 0.5% of boxers getting paid decent money, and the rest of them ain't getting nothing. Now, dude come in with the bag, paying everybody what they want to worth, and now you want to stop. That's not fair, bro. Y'all can't
no,
have
but
it
see,
both
this is
ways.
the thing. See,
Before
this is the
Turkey, it
other
was
thing too, though.
hold on, OG. Before
This is
Turkey,
the
it was
other thing
we
too.
ain't getting
But I
enough
want,
money. Hold on,
I,
OG.
But bro,
you
Before
you
just
just
Turkey,
said,
it was
interrupted him
that.
though, bro.
You just
huh?
said that. This what else I wanted to say too, because I said that part. All right, listen, this is the last thing I want to say about that. It's something that you said. The medium between what you and others may call running and Rock'em Sock'em Robots. The medium, the middle point in between that, who the fuck is going to determine that? Me? You? Turkey?
That's what I'm
Who?
saying.
You can't tell somebody how to fight when they get in the ring. The only thing that you can do, and I have done it before with my little 2 cents I got, I just won't pay for a fight I don't like. That's how you do that. Now, I mean, we all can give our opinion, but I'm saying the way that we do that is not paying for it. People are going to come see Devin Haney. They were coming to see the Devin Haney before Turkey was
What Devin
using
Haney
that
did,
government
you don't
money,
have
and
to
they
be a
won't pay
black
for it.
elite fighter to do that. Y'all think like he did nothing that made you be that you had to be black to do that. He didn't separate himself as far as twitchiness and super fast. He literally ran around the ring. A Hispanic
Okay,
could do that. A white person could do that.
hey,
Anybody
listen,
can do that. Let me
I'm,
say this. Hold on,
what?
OG. That's not elite boxing. Anybody could do that. What we talk about is elite boxing is what we see only black people could do. The Pernell Whitaker, how he's so slick with it, how Mayweather's slick with it,
No,
how slick they are.
black people ain't the only people that could be
I'm not
elite
saying that.
boxers, though,
You know
bro.
what I'm trying to say, bro. You know what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is what Mills was saying was he was using what Devin Haney was doing was to elite black boxing style of fighting.
I never said Devin Haney. I never said a name. You said a
You know
name.
what I'm trying to say though. What I'm
I
trying
got
to
a
say is
question.
that his style of fight, that's not a good example of elite black boxing to me.
I got a question. I got a question. Instead of saying what he said, would it have been better if he said, "For now on, I'm gonna give a knockout bonus"?
Mm,
Like
Nah,
what
class,
but
Rocky
people
did?
too soft. He could have said straight up, if you fighting
class.
for me, I want you to get in here. And if you're gonna rock him, sock him, do that. If you're gonna fight slick, do that. But don't run though. Fight. You fight.
What's the definition of that? You keep, bro.
And
Listen,
that's
We have thousands of fights that we can watch. We've seen Pernell, we've seen Mayweather. We
yo,
have examples of it.
but that's what I'm saying. What I'm trying to break down to you is that the same demographic that calls what Devin did running is the same demographic that calls what Floyd and
Floyd
Purnell
did.
did running. So it's impossible to say what is the threshold for running and what isn't.
Well, look,
It's
I'm talking to
it's more.
Mills and Hackett and OG. I don't care what them people think. I care what
Yeah, but
y'all
those are
think.
the people. But what I'm
I don't
saying
care
is
what they
those
think though, and y'all shouldn't either.
just
We
real
care
just
what each
real
other
fast.
thinks.
Real
Okay,
fast.
but
Those are the people that are influencing Turkey's decision. Let
And
me
we
break
are
it down.
too.
Wait.
We are
Let
part.
me
We are
let,
too.
let me break it down. Who was the first person to come out with the no running rule or to promote the no running rule? JR, you remember who did that recently?
oh, from that joint.
Showbiz.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, with that shit. Yeah.
Turkey hadn't even brought it up until Showbiz brought it up. And what I'm saying is the people that adopt this mindset are influencing certain people's decisions because respectfully, he's a casual. He don't really know nothing about boxing.
He
And
does.
like I keep reminding people, stop saying his money, spending his money. That shit is not his money, bro. He's not royalty. It's not his bread. He got people to answer to.
Like
Could it be?
he is over a sports department for Saudi Arabia in a different, part. Because Saudi has put money towards boxing, soccer, golf, other sports while part of Riyadh,
Wrestling.
their entertainment. Yeah. So that's just like one of many things that they put money or invest money into. If they decide that they don't want to do it anymore, they could do that in just in a step. You won't be able to see those type of events there for boxing anymore because they won't fund it. So all the things about these purses and increased purses and all that type of stuff, we'll see how long that lasts. But when it gets cut off and done, then we'll see what people are talking about as far as like these big fights or fights that people wanted to see and all that. Because all this is just somebody getting this budget to put fights on just for entertainment value. That's it.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
You
Yeah,
sound a little choppy, like a little robotic.
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
sound like Roger Troutman.
I got a question. Could it be? Could it be that the powers to be are putting pressure on Turkey to speak like this? Do we think Turkey? Do we think this is his honest opinion,
Or is it the pressure being put on him?
Mm. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if those people even care about boxing. To them, if you understand the Saudi Arabia, if you understand their motives is they wanted to change Saudi Arabia's perspective, how it's perceived around the world. They want it to be what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, Fucking vacation destination. Like they wanted it to be associated with big, grand, mega events. I'm done. That was my only point.
Oh, all right. Nah, I can barely hear G either.
Yeah.
But yeah, that the whole thing with the boxing is like 2 years in. Like they're 2 years into the boxing joint. The first joint was that Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou joint, and so he's been doing these type of events since. And
Yeah.
you know, he's just it's almost like he's just throwing things in the mixed bag with a boxing thing and then seeing if it worked. The only thing is, like a lot of these promoters see that, oh, he's gonna pay for it, or I mean, you know, the Saudis are gonna pay for it. They're gonna finance it. Okay, cool. We don't have to foot the bill. So if they feel like, hey, we want one of your fighters, cool. You want to pay for it? Hey, we'll give them up to you. You know, but outside of that, it's more like whoever comes up with the matches is, yeah, it's just not, you know, looking all too good for some of these, you know, matchups. Either they're like mismatches or they end up just being, you know, not aesthetically pleasing. So with that being said, now you see all of this backlash that's coming in for Turkey, and that's where he's reacting to all of that, talking about that no running and all that type of stuff.
Hey, they saying that this joint sound choppy. Hey, look, I'm gonna put a new link in. If y'all can y'all jump out and jump back on? I want to see what happened.
All right, yeah.
They saying it sound choppy. That's crazy. It's always me. Why y'all want to do this to me? I'm a spirit, gang. Can y'all hear me? How do I sound? Do it sound choppy right now? Talk to me. I think they got the feds watching me, man. He said it's me. You sound good now. So I'm straight. So if somebody John sound crazy. All right, we're gonna figure it out. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tapping into GHB TV. We getting it popping. There is no hate here. There's no dislike here. We just talking boxing. That's all. I don't want nobody to take it personal. You know what I'm saying? Don't take it personal. The link is in the chat. They said I'm good. So I'm trying to see what's going on. This is a great topic. I think Turkey might be stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? All right.
I honestly like for the money that he paying these fighters. For the money that he paying these fighters, it's life-changing money. I feel like if I'm spending this money to change the fighter's life and his whole family life, I feel like I should be able to say what I want to say or don't fight for me. If I want to see an exciting fight, that's not saying that if you move around and you athletic and you gifted that I don't want to see it. That's not what he's saying. But how can we say that he the one spending the money, but he can't say he don't want no running? If I'm spending $90 and I don't want to see no running. Imagine somebody spending $90 million and seeing some running. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I spend $90 and I get mad when I see it. I don't like rock 'em, sock 'em, bang. I like athletic, you know what I'm saying, smart boxing. I want these boxers to live their life and feed their families and be able to enjoy the rest of their life. I prefer skillful boxing. But like I said, I spending $90 and I get irritated. Imagine a nigga spending $90 million. Oh yeah, nigga, don't run when I spend my money. Do not do it. Don't do it, bro. If I spend
Hey,
Africa,
yo,
90 million, I'm gonna say what I want to
Africa.
say.
Oh,
Period.
let me get the
but
super chat. Africa's home. Appreciate the donation. He says, salute, Greg. Peace to the chat. Peace to you, brother. Appreciate the love. Go ahead, y'all.
yo, question, my man. When you keep talking about the boring card, right? You keep mentioning Dev, but Ryan and Rolly, that was less punches than Dev.
Mm.
Do you feel me?
Yeah.
So why isn't that being highlighted? Is what I'm saying. Right, Ryan versus Dev, we thought that fight would end in a knockout. As soon as Ryan got caught with his left hook, he kept his hands in his pocket.
Yeah.
Rolly was right there. Ryan was right there. It still set the record. Well, at the time it set a record for the least amount of punches thrown, and then of course it was broken by Canelo and William Skull. So what I'm saying is, even without the movement, you still got the same thing that night. So is it the movement, the running, or is there something going on with that card or Turkey cards that make it look like that?
Hey, look.
Make,
Hey, let me say
hey,
one thing,
bang,
please. Let me say one thing.
bang,
I
bang. Can
don't
I?
expect Ryan and Rody
No,
to
go
do
ahead, go
nothing.
ahead.
I
Bang,
expect
bang.
Devin Haney to be elite because I believe he's an elite fighter. I'm not expecting Rolly or Ryan to not run or to run because I don't think they're elite. I look at Devin elite, so I have expectations for him not to do no bullshit. I don't have expectations of Ryan and Rolly to do nothing because I don't think they're elite fighters. You understand that?
Wait, but what does them being elite fighters have to do with the amount of punches that they're throwing in the fight? If you're saying
Because I
that
don't have
Devin, wait,
expectations on them. They
I'm
can throw.
saying if Devin is looked at as running and Ryan and Rolly isn't looked at as running, shouldn't Ryan and Rolly throw more punches and land more punches than Devin and Jose Ramirez?
Nah, not necessarily because I look at Devin as an elite fighter. I'm not going to expect somebody that I think is great at what they do, and somebody that I don't believe is great at what they do to have the same expectations. I think Devin is a great fighter, even he did the bull stuff. I don't
Yeah, but that
expect
don't that
nothing out of Ryan and
I
them.
got
So if they throw some bull stuff, not enough punches, I don't care. I don't expect nothing. I
yeah, but
think
that don't fully make sense because the argument that you was
if you let
making
me
is
explain,
if
listen.
you Turkey, if
Okay,
you're
you right
Turkey,
now.
right, you
If,
spending the money.
if your son fight the same person you fight, you're not gonna expect your son to knock him out and do him like you, because you're a grown man. Okay, your son is Ryan and them, and you are Devin. You're not gonna expect the same from somebody that's not elite. I
Yeah,
don't
but that
expect
doesn't
that.
go along with your initial argument, though. Your initial argument is if I'm paying for everything and
No, I know.
if I
I
wanted to
wasn't
see
talking about my
exciting
initial
fights,
argument. I was commenting on your last comment. It wasn't
yeah,
about my initial argument.
but I'm referring to your initial argument.
So what was it? What was
If
the initial argument?
the argument is you saying, right, Turkey wants exciting fights, right? But the only thing is mentioned is the running. But the least punches landed fight wasn't the one with the running. So why is the running being focused on and Ryan Garcia not letting his fucking hands go?
Because Turkey expects Devin Haney to be elite, and he don't expect Ryan and them to be elite. That's what he's saying to you without saying it.
Yeah, but
I think
that's
also
your words, not his, though.
I'm
He
saying
made
Go
it the
he's
ahead.
main
trying to.
event.
It's damn near
hold
what
Why
on
he's
make it the
saying.
main event?
real quick. I think also what it has to do is even though Ryan and Rolly they didn't let their hands go, they was standing in the middle of the ring. I think I think what he's trying to say is Devin is expected more out of Devin because of the hype behind Devin and then the way the fight looked. The way the fight looked, even though we know it's boxing, he constantly moving. He constantly moving. So a person who don't understand that, who hasn't been in the ring, they gonna call it running. Even though we know he on point. He
Hey,
trying to
G,
get the
but you
fuck up
can't
out
say
of here.
you can't say you
Huh?
expect more out of Devin if Ryan Garcia and Rolly's in the main event. They're the ones
No,
headlining the
no.
show. You feel me?
No, I know,
Well,
Mill. I'm with you. I'm with both of y'all. What I'm saying is though, if you go back and look at how the fights look, how they look, it looked like Dev running. It looked like it. And I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying it looked like it because he constantly moving. Them
hey,
two was in the middle of the ring trying each other. You know what I mean?
hey, I got something though with the thing with Dev, right? And the thing that was brought up about like Dev being an elite fighter, which is one thing, but for Devin, like seeing the fights that he's had against against a Lomachenko or against Jorge Linares or against a Yuriorkis Gamboa or somebody like that, like what is it from those fights that people could gather that he is not like
Let
an
me do
elite
it.
fighter,
Let me do it.
but hold on.
Lomachenko was one of the most decorated fighters in the last 10 years. Everybody was talking about him like he was God. Whether you thought that Devin won or lost, it was a close fight. It was an amazing fight. You're not gonna even put up no fight with that like that with Loma. You know what I'm saying? Without being a good fighter. Now, as far as him being great, I believe that the way Devin fights, his style of fighting, how dedicated he is to the game, the way we see him train, the way we see him take care of himself, I think that's greatness. You know what I'm saying? I think that with the Ryan fight, he got hurt in the first 15 seconds of that fight and he never bounced back. I don't think that if he fought Ryan 5 more times, it'd happen like that. I think he got hurt in 15 seconds of the fight and he never got to he never got all the way back. But I believe that Devin Haney is a lot better than that last fight, and I'm a Devin Haney fan. Do I think he lost the Lomachenko fight? I think you can say that. I think you can say that,
No.
but I think he's an elite fighter. I don't care what nobody's saying. I'm standing on that.
Bang,
Hey,
talk to me, Bang.
listen. All right, real quick, because I got about 4-5 minutes. I got to get back to it. All right, so listen. For one, Lomachenko ain't dominate but 3-4 rounds in that Devin Haney fight. I watched that fight 5 times, twice in slow motion. Devin Haney won that fight. So whether they and speaking on the Linares fight and all that, Devin Haney got rocked in the Linares fight, but he dominated damn near every round. That nigga's he's on the elite level, bro. He had one bad outing, bro. So listen. Turkey, this is just my opinion. If I'm spending my money on you niggas, just like Bob Arum's spending money on these niggas and all these networks is spending money on these niggas. If these niggas, they did it to Rigondeaux. They called Rigondeaux born and they tried to kick him out of boxing. So if they spending the money, they got the right to say whatever they want to about these niggas. They can. And he didn't direct it at no one person. He just said, listen, if you niggas ain't gonna fight, bro, I'm not paying you. I think that's fair.
Talk that shit,
I
Bang.
think
Talk that shit, Bang.
I think it's fair. If y'all niggas ain't go because we arguing and bumping heads about it now, but the night of that fight, even me and Greg got on the Sunday dinner and was da, 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 and they're off. Y'all seen it. Y'all seen it. It was a whole I mean, bro, we didn't like it. So Turkey got a right to not like it too. We paid pay-per-view money. Some people paid tickets. That nigga paid for the event. So he got more right to speak on it than we do. That's just my opinion.
You
You
right,
feel
Bang.
me? That's just my opinion. I don't think he directing it at no black fighters. I don't think he directing it at no Mexican fighters, no Puerto Rican fighters. He in Houston, we say, nigga, I'm talking to Texas. That means this goes for everybody. You feel me? I'm talking to Texas. This ain't directed at Devin Haney. This ain't
Boxing is
directed
not the
at Ryan and
NFL.
Rogan.
Boxing is not the NFL. There are different promoters that you can get with if you don't like the way Turkey doing business. It's gang. It's not monopolized by the company. If you don't like Turkey saying that I don't like running, don't fight for him. Go fight with Top Rank or go fight with TKO or go fight with what. You don't have to
But
fight for him. If you want to get the big money,
Wes. That says a lot about the fighter. If he have a game plan on going in there and running all night, not boxing and moving, but running all night. If he got the plan, because you know how many people slandered my name because I said I rock with William Skull because of the way he beat Canelo, even though I said that they robbed Skull in that fight because they say he was running. I got hung for that, bro. Now we can't come on here and say, oh man, you can't tell fighters they can't do that. Bro, that's not a fight. It's not a fight. If I'm gonna pay you, I gotta see punches
Wait a minute.
thrown, bro.
Wait a minute. Real fast, right? You said that's not a fight, right?
Right.
All right. Is that what we call a sport?
boxing is not fighting. It's boxing. We understand that. It's a
What
Yeah.
you
boxing
mean?
sport.
What you
No, no,
what you
no,
mean?
no,
What you
no.
mean,
Wait,
Emil?
wait. I'm talking to Bang real fast. I said you
What,
said that's not a fight, right? No, it's not a
right.
fight. This is called boxing, right?
No, that's a
And
fact. That's a fact.
the argument isn't that Turkey doesn't have a right to want what he wants. The
Right.
argument is why is this being said more so than what's being said?
Because it
Because
happened two weekends in a row.
the
It
only
happened two
thing
weekends in a row. We seen it.
what I feel
It
like
happened
is
back to
Turkey
back.
just
That's why he's saying something
what
about
I
it.
Bro,
feel what I feel. Hold on,
go ahead,
man.
Bang. I'm trying to
Listen,
go ahead,
I
cook.
got
Come
you.
on.
I got you. What the only thing I see Turkey doing is saying what we said. What we said. We said the same shit. You know what I'm saying? We said the same shit. Now, if Canelo would have went out there and did it, or David Benavidez or Usyk, I think he would have said the same thing.
Yo, wait.
I really
See,
believe that. I really believe
I
that.
feel like you are trying to bang.
I hear you, baby.
When you think about everything that happened in succession, the no
Right,
running rule, right?
right,
Dude trying to dude put out a petition for no running, right?
right.
Now, what demographic of boxing has been accused of running for decades?
I mean, it's been us. It's been us. That's a fact.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Now your brand of boxing, the fake narrative is that all black fighters fight the same. They don't. Y'all fight completely different than we fight, right?
Real
I'm
shit.
talking about Texas fighters. Texas
Nah,
and down
yeah,
south
yeah.
fighters
You
fight completely different.
right,
Y'all fight like black Mexicans,
right.
respectfully, right?
No,
And
no. I
I
get
feel
what you're
like,
saying. I get what
yeah.
you're saying.
And so everybody's style of boxing is different. And that's what makes boxing great, right? You're seeing
Right,
these styles mesh and you're seeing which style works against what style. Now,
right,
effectively, what you have is somebody that is basically trying to cut certain fighters' arms off or legs
Mill,
off.
please, let me say this. Mill,
Bro,
I think you. Let me say this, please. Listen, bro. I think that
Hold on.
what you Turkey not saying that he don't like the way that black fighters fight. He's saying that he don't
I
like
can't even
running.
answer.
Coincidentally, black fighters are known for running. I don't think he's saying what Mayweather do and what Pernell do. For example, the best boxers of all time are usually African American, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? We are the most decorated and we are the most accomplished. He's not saying that I don't like you guys style of fighting. He's saying that I don't want the running, bro. And what you kind of saying is you trying to make it seem like he's saying that, oh, I don't want running. I don't like I'm trying to take away running so black fighters don't fight the way they fight. And I feel like that's not what he's saying. I feel like you kind of slowly kind of putting words or you insinuating that he's saying it's something that's not exactly what he means. Because I felt the same way about the running, but I don't feel like, oh, don't fight elite, don't fight with skill, don't fight with, you know what I'm saying, rock and sock him. That's not what he's saying. He just don't want to
I
see no
couldn't.
running.
I
That
couldn't
don't
even.
mean that he don't want to see
I didn't get
elite
a
boxing
chance,
because he don't want to see
bro.
running. I don't
I
want
didn't
to see
get a.
running, and I
I
love
didn't get a
elite
chance to
boxing.
finish. I didn't get a chance to finish the statement. But the same way you say I'm insinuating, you're insinuating what Turkey means, right?
No,
You're
I'm just
saying
saying
no,
that. Listen
no,
to
no.
me.
I'm
I'm just
saying no.
saying
You
that
keep you keep
you
saying
keep
that. No,
the way
Turkey
you the
means
only
this.
person on this chat. Listen to me. You the only person in this chat that putting everybody in the same box. You saying black fighter. You putting everybody in the box. Everybody ain't the same.
I literally just hey bang that I literally just say that y'all fight differently than us,
Why my guy get
facts,
a blanket?
right?
facts.
I just said that,
Okay, let me
right?
ask you a question so we can end it. Mill, do you
Bro,
feel like I'm asking you a
I
simple
just want to
question?
finish my statement though,
Do
bro.
you feel like Turkey is saying that
I
he
just
don't
want
like
to finish
elite
my
boxing the black? He don't like
I just want
elite
to finish my
black.
statement.
One question. I
I just
stop talking. I stop talking.
I just want to finish
One
my
question.
statement,
You ain't even
brother.
in my mouth. Do you feel like
Brother.
Turkey is saying that he don't like elite style black fighters boxing? Do you feel like Turkey
Somebody
is?
else can talk, yo.
Why my guy got a blanket, yo?
All right, let me ask you a question. Do anybody on this chat feel like Turkey is saying that he don't like elite style black boxer style of fight? Do anybody feel like he's saying that?
No, I just feel like Turkey trying to pander to fans. That's all he's trying to do. You know, that's just what the most people want to hear. So it's at the end of the day, that's what he gonna say.
What people got to understand is casual boxing runs the game. Without the casual, there's no money in boxing. There's probably 10% of people that's really, really just smoked
I ain't
out
gonna
on
lie,
boxing,
bro. My
and
fault,
ninety
bro. I don't mean
percent
to
of
cut you off, but
ninety
I
percent of
want.
the boxing fans are casuals. Without casual fans, there is no boxing. There is
I
no
can say
money.
something real quick, bro.
My bad. I
No,
apologize.
no,
Go
you
ahead.
cool, man. No, you good, bro. My fault. But no, I agree with what you saying, bro, to an extent. But it's like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think the casual fan really saving boxing like that because they only tuning in to big fights or big names. So at the end of the day, yeah, they'll buy them fights, but they not watching the whole card. They're not watching the undercard. They're not watching the prelims. You know, they're not watching all that.
People I know that don't know nothing about boxing, they spend the money on the stuff and they watch the fights until the main fight go on. They not just spending $90 and waiting until the big fight come on. They watching boxing the whole night like we in the
Most,
movie.
Hey,
bro, come on, bro. You know most of us got a broken fire stick, bro. Ain't nobody paying for that shit.
But I'm keeping 100. I have no fire stick. I pay my money. I get money. I pay for every fight. I don't hustle no fights. I pay for everything. I don't got no fire
hey,
stick.
I
hey,
stream the shit
bang,
out them Jones. You tweak.
bang.
I got a
This is
question.
bang. This is directed to my man Bang. If he's still on here, right?
I got you.
What I'm effectively saying, right, is the beauty of boxing is styles, right? And yeah, you
Absolutely.
can whatever like if you're the one paying the money, you can demand what you can demand. But I'm analyzing, I'm analyzing the effects of what he's saying and what it could do to the sport, right? So the style, that's like me saying, oh, I don't want to see come forward. I want to see Rock'em Sock'em. I like the beauty of boxing. So you better not bring that Rock'em Sock'em shit to my events. The beauty of boxing and the beauty of MMA is you're seeing styles go up against styles and how they match up and the adjustments that can be made. That's what I love about boxing, right? If you do what you do to win the fight, you feel me?
Right.
I don't
G
want to
and
see.
Bang
I
was
don't
on
want to
here
see,
talking about Devin Haney in that fight, and
bro,
there was no
bro,
beauty
bro.
in that fight.
I'm talking
Like
to Bang.
they was
I'm
on here
talking to Bang.
talking bad about that fight,
I'm talking to
and that
Bang
was a
though.
stylistic matchup that you would have said that is the beauty of seeing boxing, one style versus the other style,
Bang,
and that was not a beautiful fight.
Bang. Seeing Irislandi Lara fight in the pocket, is that the best Irislandi Lara that you gonna see?
No.
Okay. Seeing Guillermo Rigondeaux walk somebody down, is that the best Rigondeaux you gonna see?
See, that's finesse.
No.
We asking you to sit in the pocket
See,
and fight other ways
bro,
that you fight.
brother,
We
brother,
asking
brother,
you not to
I'm
run.
just,
That's not the same
brother,
thing.
I'm talking to Bang, bro.
I don't care who you talking to, nigga.
Hey, yo, shut the fuck up, you bitch ass nigga.
Yeah, you on this motherfucker property. Yeah, do that, nigga. Weird ass nigga. You
Man, I'll fuck you up and
any
fuck
nigga that
you up.
disrespecting
Hey,
you on the
yo,
phone is
yo,
a mark,
yo,
nigga.
shut
You
your
wanna say
bitch
that to my
ass up,
face?
yo.
You
You
wanna say
faggot,
that to
you
my
gay
face?
ass
I'll
nigga.
put you
Hey,
down,
y'all
nigga. You
I'll
wanna say
trying?
slap
that
the
to my
shit out
face?
you, you fucking
You
faggot.
wanna say that to my face? I'm a
I'll
good,
most
and I'm just gonna
certainly
say that
say
to
it
my
to your
face,
face.
nigga.
I'll put
Yeah, all right. I'm smelly, nigga. Whenever
Hey, these niggas start
He muted
tripping.
that nigga. Hey
Hey,
man, I knew it was gonna go there, bro. I
hey,
knew it was gonna go there, bro.
these niggas start tripping.
I knew it was gonna go there, bro. I knew
Hey,
it. I seen it coming, bro.
we don't trip over here, man. What the fuck?
The smoke show.
Yeah, they gotta chill, man.
Yo,
Hey,
Oh
Jones,
listen.
man.
Hey, look,
He's
these
still
niggas.
going too.
he's still breaking. Nobody hear you, bro.
Yo, these niggas crazy, yo. Hey, yo, y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta chill, man. Look.
Bro, still blacking.
Y'all gotta chill, man. Yo, y'all gotta
Hey, hey,
chill.
hey, look. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get back to work, bro. But I'm still tuned in.
Yeah,
Listen, bro. I don't take no offense to me personally, bro. I don't take no offense to what Turkey said, bro, because he paid his money. Devin didn't throw enough punches in that fight. Everybody agreed on that.
yeah,
What's that boy name? Scud, and he ran. So moving and boxing is different from running. All Turkey saying is, bro, you can be as smooth as you want to be, bro, but let that shit fly, bro. Let it
yeah,
fly, bro. You gotta
yeah,
let them hands fly, or I'm not paying you niggas. Cause it seemed like y'all niggas just trying to take this shit like. Cause we even thought that these niggas was just trying to secure their bags for their next fight. They want the
yeah,
guarantee that Devin want the guarantee that he got the Ryan fight.
yeah.
Skull just looked like he just wanted to go out there and just he
Do
moved
12.
too much.
He
He
just
moved
wanted
too
to do
much.
12. He just wanted to do 12 rounds.
Right. And I felt like Skull won the fight. Them niggas crucified me for saying that. You feel
Yeah,
me? So
yeah,
so now Turkey saying, hey man, listen. Y'all can do what y'all do, bro. Be smooth, jab, use your feet, use the ring. But you
yeah,
gotta throw them punches, bro. You
yeah,
gotta throw them punches, bro. Put the, like we paying this money. Fuck what the fans think, my nigga. I'm paying my money for you
yeah,
niggas to. You understand what I'm saying? That's
yeah.
all I'm looking at it as, bro. That's
Let
it,
me,
bro. They
let
call.
me,
They go ahead.
no, go ahead. Let's finish
Now
up,
I'm
my
just gonna
man.
say they were just saying the same thing about Shakur when he had a whole hurt hand out here. Nobody
Right.
gave him an excuse. Even though
Right.
we saw him punching with one hand the whole fight, they called him a runner. Cam and Mace, they crucified him. So for me, I understand the game, but everybody don't understand the game. And I do feel Westmont when he say the casuals is what keep boxing alive. Because all them sold out shows ain't full of diehard fans, bro. They
Yeah.
certain fighter fans. You feel
Real
me? They
rap.
don't know what they looking at. That's
Yeah.
just like when people were saying that Devin Haney lost to Lomachenko. I went back and watched that fight 5 times, bro. Lomachenko did not dominate that fight. It was a good fight. You
Yeah.
feel me? Just
Yeah.
so you know, I'm just saying, bro. I'm finna get back to work. I love y'all. I hope y'all don't pull y'all pistols out. We
Yeah.
only spread love and respect around here. Don't hurt nobody. Don't harm nobody. We love the love. Sunday
Yeah.
dinner.
Yeah.
Hey
My
man,
nigga,
salute.
my nigga
All
Bang. Hey
right,
yo.
bro.
Hey yo. I
No,
got a super chat from the Harris fam 215. He said, keep it real. Everyone watching that Devin fight felt he was running. Now y'all just trying to protect your favorite fighter. Come on, y'all. Be real. Come on, be real.
it's mainly about the spotlight because as Bang was bringing up the whole joint with Shakur and De Los Santos, like that joint was on ESPN on a Thursday night when just about nothing was on except for like the football joint. So everybody was focused on Shakur and De Los Santos. And when that fight happened, all of them people were watching, and it was like probably close to about like 1 million or whatever it is watching that fight. So they
Yeah.
coming off that fight talking about, oh, they ain't doing nothing, they ain't throwing no punches, or they missing a whole bunch of joint and no real actions happening. So they're gonna have that assumption that, oh, whether Shakur's running or De Los Santos is running or something like that. But that's like, as they say, there's different styles to it. So if you
Yeah.
prefer a certain style, then yeah, you could rock with it. But then you could have something on the flip, like Isaac Cruz versus who the dude that he fighting again. He like Isaac Cruz last fight. That was like a rock'em sock'em, as they say, fight, but it was still a fight. So you got people that prefer that and people that prefer like skills. As they say, skills pay the bills. So it's
Yeah.
more about your preference when it comes to the boxing game.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that too, Source. You That's some real shit. Gap Tooth Gains. He says, how Turkey talking about black fighters if the rule is made by a black man? Mm,
Mm.
how y'all feel about that?
I feel like all that part of boxing, bro. Like the movement, the tying up, all that. I feel like all that part of boxing, bro. It's like if you
Yeah.
don't want to watch that shit, don't watch that shit, bro. Like keep it a being. Don't nobody make nobody spend no money on no boxing for match.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna change the topic. This was brought to our attention earlier. Keyshawn Davis versus Gary Antoine Russell. What y'all think about that fight?
I ain't gonna. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. You might just stay away from Gary Antoine though. I ain't gonna lie. He's strong as shit at 140. Me and my pop were just talking about that. We was like, yo, who should he
Hey,
go
G, can I
before this
start it?
fight?
That was my convo. Can I start that?
Oh yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead, bro. It's on
let
you.
him
All
finish
right,
up.
so I kind of feel
Hold
like
up,
I pet.
hold up,
My bad.
let him finish up.
My bad.
No, I appreciate you, bro. No, all I about to say was like which one of the champions y'all thought like because I thought Gary Antoine, but I feel like that'd be a rough fight for him. I think his easiest fight probably be go after the bull Puello.
But I'm just saying, say if it was Gary Antoine.
I got Gary Antoine beyond as a first fight at 140. That's too much.
I got Gary Antoine beating everybody at 140, everybody at 135, and everybody at 147, maybe outside of Boots. Everybody at 135, everybody at 140, and everybody at 147. And the reason I say this, because you notice if you pay attention to who talking, ain't nobody calling him out. When his name get mentioned, they get to being like, oh, that's my partner. He cool. We used to spar. They don't want to do no fighting. These boxers know more about these boxers than we do. They didn't been coming up with these dudes for years and years. And you can kind of pay attention to how they act when the names get mentioned on what's really going on. Gary Antoine is the best fighter to me between 135 and 147 besides Boots.
Mm.
Damn.
I can't
I
say
think
that
he
he'll
beat
beat everybody at 40 because he lost to Alberto Puello. So I need to
I,
see that again.
I think he won that fight, or it's even. I don't think he lost. But
I think
got
he won
that.
that fight too, but his arm's too short for Keyshawn.
No, I think he won, or it's a tie. I think if they fight 5 times, he'll beat him four or 5 times. I think he's a better fighter. But I do think that he beats up everybody at 135, including Tank, everybody at
He
130,
ain't beating Tank.
including Keyshawn, everybody at 140, Matias, everybody at 147, besides Boots. I think he's the boogeyman between 135 and 147.
I like that fight. I ain't gonna lie. I like that fight.
I
I would
think he
love to
stops
see
Keyshawn
that
in
fight.
under 9. I think he's too aggressive. He's too fast and he's too strong. He's too mean. Keyshawn act mean, and you can tell Keyshawn really is mean. But it's different being mean when you see 2 dogs fight that got a squabble. That mean shit don't mean nothing no more. Cause I'm mean too. So I see Keyshawn mean, but I ain't seen him in there with no pit bull though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen him in there with no killer like himself. And Gary Antoine is that.
I'm not sure how Antoine looks at 47, but I know that's a bad fight for Keyshawn. That's a bad fight for your introductory fight at 140 pounds. There's a lot of things that Keyshawn to me is like all 7s and all 8s, right? He doesn't do anything a 10, but he does everything well. The problem is with Gary Antoine is I don't know why people thought that Ryder would beat him, but he has pressure and hand speed, and very like his hand speed is elite, and
Yeah.
his pressure is elite. And so, can Keyshawn counter Gary Antoine effectively, or can Keyshawn capitalize on the openings that Gary Antoine can give him consistently? I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Gary Antoine's style of fighting, the reason why I feel like he's so good is because his style is perfect for skilled boxers. He's athletically gifted. He's a black melanated being. He's athletically gifted, the speed, the twitch muscles, like the fighters. But he got a little bit of that Mexican style, rock 'em, sock 'em too. I feel like styles make fights, and I feel like his style is perfect for elite boxer. And I feel like that's why he gave Boots a problem. And I know everybody on here Boots fans, and I am too. I'm not trying to knock Boots. I'm just saying I think that's why. I know amateurs and pros ain't the same, but I feel like that's the reason why he gave Boots a good fight, whether people thought he won or lost. I feel like his style is perfect for elite boxers because he almost kind of fight regular like a Mexican, but he got the athleticism and the dog as a nigga, and that's why I feel like he's a problem.
Right. I like that. I like that breakdown.
Antoine could basically make 135 because he still be like around the gym full time and be in that damn shit over there. Enigma would be hot as shit. So he lose about 2 or 3 pounds every time he step in that gym. So that's why he keeps saying that he can make 135. But yeah, I see him, really doing damage at 140. But as YSM said, he still got to get that get back with Pollo. And while I did think that he beat Pollo though in that fight last year, he still got to get that get back. And he said that many times over. So I want to see him get that. I want to see him get that after this fight happens with Pollo and Matias, and have him clean up 140 before I see him go up to 147.
Can I ask the question? Who at 135, 140, or 147 beats Antoine outside of Boots?
Brian
Like
Norman.
let's talk about it. Like who is that gifted to get in there with that boy? That boy been gifted since a baby. He been
Brian
gifted in the
Norman.
amateurs. He been gifted in the pros.
I can't.
He's gifted.
I can't.
He got something that you can't. He has something that you can't train for. He has talent. Who can beat? Let's talk about who can beat him at 147.
There's a couple. I mean, we already saw we saw him get beat. Whether you think he won or lost,
Okay, well, outside of that, give me
I
somebody
think
else.
he's capable. I think he's capable of beating Dev, but I think Dev's capable of beating him. I think he's capable of beating T.O. I think he's capable of beating Brian Norman, but I think Brian Norman is also capable of beating him. I think Stanionis is capable of beating him.
Yeah.
We got to see those fights.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't think Brian. I think Brian Norman. His best attribute is he's a dog and he's hitting hard. I don't think his bag is deep enough to fight to do nothing with
I have my
Antoine.
mic muted. Like a
He's
motherfucker.
small though. That's
Yo,
the thing though.
hold up.
He really
Yeah, but that
he
gives him
really weigh at
leverage.
138. Yeah, but he you talking about him coming forward and pressing Brian Norman when you coming into 140 fights at 38?
But I guarantee you. But I mean, I can't say guarantee. Let me don't lie. From what I see, off of seeing both of these fighters when they not in a boxing ring, Gary Antoine seems to be heavier setter than Brian Norman to me. He looks like a bigger man, honestly.
Nah, bro.
And height
He got a bigger head. He got bigger shoulders. He looks like a bigger man. Brian Norman looks like he could fight at 140.
Nah.
To me, Antoine is a small 40.
Yeah, he's small.
No,
Even if
fuck no.
I don't agree.
Right.
I'm keeping 100.
Yeah,
Dude,
he's small.
We talking about height. He's short.
if that's the case, even if
No,
it's the amateurs,
I'm talking about weight. He
Booth was
comes
a
in the
lot
fights
bigger.
at
Booth was, yes, it's the
137,
amateurs, but
138.
Booth was a lot bigger than Gary
What
Antoine when
weight?
they was fighting, and that didn't mean nothing.
What weight
talking
did
about that's a
what weight did
3-round
Gary
fight, though.
Antoine Russell fight at?
It don't matter. They still
He
fight.
fights at 40, but he comes in around 130, in between 137 and
No,
138.
I'm at the amateurs though. What weight did he fight at?
Oh, he fought at 141.
141. Yeah, so
Okay, but that size didn't stop him from winning 3 times though. That means something. You can't take it
no.
away.
What I'm saying is, bro, if he been fighting at that weight for that long, he can't be a small 140 pounder, bro. That don't make sense.
Listen, you saying that, right? If you talk to him, if you be around him, bro, he's a small 140.
A small 140.
He's a small 140.
Yeah,
Not
but
a
he's
big guy.
skillful. He's not no rock'em sock'em boxer to where he's functioning off just power. Gary Antoine has skill.
You gotta be able to touch, bro. You gotta be able to touch. You gotta
He has skill. He's not just rock'em sock'em. That's not how he fight. He fights with skill.
He a great fighter, but his arms are short, bro. He's short.
Tank arms is short, and that don't mean nothing. People getting put to bed. They can put to bed. That don't mean nothing.
Bro, funny as shit.
Hey, yo, how did Puello have success against Antoine?
He was, because Antoine underestimated him, and you know what I'm saying, and
No, I'm
got into
saying
close fight. If they
technically.
fight again, I don't think Puello wins 5 rounds.
I'm saying technically because I was at Matias versus Paro.
He was longer than them, and he stayed back, and he used his longness and kept him at the end of his punches the whole fight.
All right, so what I'm saying to you, right, is that now when you talk about going up to 147 pounds, right? He's going to be dealing with bigger men. I'm not saying he's not skilled. What I'm saying is with his style, right?
They're going to be dealing with faster men. They're going to have to deal with a faster motherfucker too.
With his style, right? He doesn't box great off the back foot. With his style, it doesn't bode well facing the bigger punchers and the bigger men at 47.
Just knocking motherfuckers out to where they finna just be pushing them back like that. Like, let's keep it 100. Like, who at 147?
Yeah, but it's a different weight class though. Just like
what you said.
Just like Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor was a big 40.
Just crack it to where Gary Antoine can't stand in
Norman
the pocket and fight.
Norman Kraken, bro. Norman Kraken.
Yeah, Norman Kraken, but
Mr. JHB done pulled off and stopped that dream.
But look who he fighting. Who has Norman fought that Antoine wouldn't demolish?
Oh, hell yeah.
Who has Brian Norman fought that Antoine wouldn't do the same thing to? Who has Brian Norman fought that Gary Antoine wouldn't demolish?
Ain't nobody fighting.
Everybody that Brian Norman fought at 147 pounds will be demolished by Gary Antoine at 147 pounds.
But we need to see him at the weight first. You're predicting. You're predicting and projecting what he's going to look like.
Anybody that Brian Norman fight, could you see anybody? Can you see anybody that he fought giving Antoine trouble?
Who Gary fought?
Listen, hold on, let me speak, bro. Mills, do you see anybody at 147 that Brian Norman fought doing anything with Antoine?
The fuck did Gary Antoine fight?
I think that
Santiago, none of them niggas can't do nothing with Antoine.
Santiago would have provided some resistance, but I still got Gary.
He would have got put to bed, or he would have been overworked.
I don't think he would have got stopped. See, the thing is, bro, size means something. It does.
It means something to a certain extent. When you elite at what you do, the bigger you are, there are advantages. And the smaller you are, there are advantages. You might have the power and the chin advantage, but he might have the speed and the endurance advantage. He still has an advantage from coming up a smaller way, just as the bigger fighter has an advantage too. He don't lose all advantages because he's moving up. He gains some too.
I didn't say he didn't, but you're talking about a come forward fighter with really fast hands that hasn't shown to be adept at fighting off the back foot. And now
okay, so he fought 20 fights coming forward. He ain't never been hurt. You ain't never seen him hurt.
You
I
getting
mean,
in
because
there
you ain't
with
never seen him. Like we seen him get punched and we ain't never.
No,
yeah, but that's
Pollo
at
Like
was
you said,
touching
he's
him.
40
a
though,
kung fu
bro.
Pollo was
fighter.
touching him. Pollo was
That's
touching
Yeah,
him.
but he
40.
didn't hurt him though. He's fighting.
What,
He didn't
what
hurt
I'm
him.
saying is you saying it like we haven't seen him in trouble. You've seen him in trouble.
We ain't seen him hurt. They fighting. They gonna fight, but he ain't never got hurt. He been fighting 20-some fights coming forward.
Yeah,
Why ain't nobody
brother.
put him on his ass?
I ain't
He
Why he
gonna
didn't
ain't
lie,
got
never
knocked
bro.
he
out?
I
didn't
ain't gonna
never
lie.
he
I
didn't
ain't gonna
never
lie.
get hurt at 40. 47 and
Bro,
40 is two different divisions.
look though. Look, this
Okay,
is what I'm
I'm
saying.
saying though. So I'm saying. So you saying he ain't got a chin at 47?
No, I'm saying I don't fucking know. We
Well,
gotta see
of course we don't know, but that's why we
it.
politicking on it.
Yeah, I don't. What I'm saying is I can't speak on it because it's a different division, right? I don't know what he'll be able to do. I would
Like
just be talking on my ass.
my thing with Antoine is like I've seen him at the highs with his performance against Rio, but then I've seen him against Pollo, and he admitted himself that he wasn't at his best against Pollo. So now we see his fight here against Rio. I need to see him again in another fight here at 140 pounds, defending that WBA belt, whether it's against Hiroka
Look,
or
my whole thing
maybe
is,
Hey, look,
Keyshawn.
I'm reading the comments. Let me say this real quick. I ain't trying to stop nobody. Hey, look,
so,
man, I'm with all black people. You know what I'm saying? I apologize for Mills for threatening you, but I'm a live dog and I get irritated. You know what I'm saying? I'm really like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about that, but I'm with all my black folks and not even just black. I'm with everybody. I apologize if I came off like aggressive because I really am aggressive in real life, but I'm all about the chat. I ain't trying to take over
Bro,
the chat or nothing like that. You know what I'm
bro,
saying?
we good, bro. We good. That's water under the bridge. It was an argument. It's dead.
All
The
right, I
one thing I
appreciate it.
worry about is that I didn't know the black Japanese bull. I knew Hiroka could fight. I did more homework on it. That's a dangerous fight. I still got Gary beating him because he pulled when he's in the pocket and he comes out of the back door with his chin in the air. But that's not an easy fight. And I never seen a black Japanese boy box. He got a difficult style to deal with.
Somebody slap G. What's up with cuz?
Did he been asleep, bro? I've been saying that.
What's up with
no,
that's that vape? That's that vape
no,
got cuz
but
fucked up.
Westmont. What
Hey
I about to
G.
say, bro? Westmont.
Go ahead, my bad.
No, you cool, bro. No, I'm about to say, bro. I fuck with Gary Antoine Russell too, bro. But I ain't going wild. When I seen Puello and Sandor Martin in that fight, bro, and they both and it was a close fight. It's just I just don't think that gap you see between Gary and the rest of 140 is
I'm finna
that.
tell you why. I'm
You
finna
know what
explain
I'm
to you.
saying?
You gotta understand one thing. All these fighters, whether we know their name or not, been boxing since they been 5, 6, 7 years old. They 20 years old. So when you get in there and you see somebody fight a good fight, and we like, damn, I don't know if we still like that. But this other nigga been fighting 20 years since he was a baby too. Whether we know him or not, these niggas have been training since they've been babies. And if you get in a good fight with somebody, that don't mean you ain't one of the best. That means everybody been training since kids, bro. This
No, for
ain't like
sure.
these niggas been training
Yeah.
5, 6, 7. Yo, these niggas 30 years old,
Oh,
25,
sorry.
26 years training. All these niggas supposed to really give a good fight, honestly. It ain't really supposed to. All these niggas supposed to really give a good fight. They've been training since they've been babies.
Oh, niggas, you want to see Gary?
You know what I'm saying?
Niggas, you want to see Gary go against are better than the niggas that Gary had.
It's shit fucked up.
Yo, what happened?
Yo,
Yo, yeah, you still
Yo,
on?
everybody hear everybody? Everybody can hear everybody?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
damn.
the niggas that he want to see Gary go against
Come
are
on.
better than the
Come here.
niggas that Gary had trouble with. It's levels. So if Gary had trouble with niggas
Come on.
that can't beat the
Go.
dudes that he want him to fight, Gary gonna have a problem going up in there. He got them little short arms. His arms smaller. His arms shorter than Tank. Tank got long ass arms. Tank short, but Tank arms is long as hell. And Gary ain't got them long ass arms. He has to fight on the inside. Tank don't have to fight on the inside. You ain't never seen Tank just put his high guard up and try to get in a dude's chest. He's always been able to jab, hook, and move. Gary ain't gonna have that option when he goes against certain type of dudes, especially like a Keyshawn or anybody else that's gonna be a little bigger than him. He's gonna have to get in that chest. I don't think it's gonna be a great idea for Gary to get in Keyshawn's chest because Keyshawn gonna have a whole lot of power behind them punches and just gonna hurt trying to get up in there.
Yo, I'm sorry. Keyshawn gonna need about 2 to 3 fights at 40
True.
before I would want to put him in there with Gary Antoine. Gary Antoine got a unique skill set. You've never seen a dude that could pressure like that. Yo, what I mean, I'm with JR, right? This motherfucking hands was so fucking fast. I had no idea until I seen him work out. Fast with 18s on. I'm talking about lightning fast with 18s on. That's unique, bro. A dude with crazy ass hand speed that fight on the inside, sometimes he smothers his work. And I feel like that's his biggest Achilles heel.
Because he has to fight on the inside. And I like Gary Antoine. Don't get it twisted. I think Gary Antoine is a really, really, really great fighter. I just don't think his ceiling is as high as Keyshawn's. I think if he don't, like how Keyshawn was gonna get Abdullah before we found out he was pump faking. Keyshawn getting Abdullah right now. Keyshawn can get Abdullah. Yeah, he was pump faking though. I like Keyshawn.
Yeah, bro, we gotta keep it a bean, yo. He drew it that way, yo.
He was pump faking.
Yeah.
I was hot. I was like, damn, nigga, you were pump faking this whole time. You wasn't even gonna make weight. What you even calling this nigga out for?
Bro,
So,
yo, how you know you're not gonna make weight and you know you leaving and then you talk about fighting back, yo. Come on.
that's crazy. That was crazy. But it was a smart. Technically, it was smart because he needs to get Abdullah now before Abdullah gets more experience.
Yeah, but the reason why it wasn't because it made you look away.
It was a bad look, G. I agree 1,000%.
Like I don't even think Keyshawn a bitch or nothing like that, but it's like why stun on the young boy? He not even that type of boy. Like Abdullah not even that guy for you to do that to. And then you doing that knowing that you not gonna fight it.
Yeah, cuz was tripping. Bro was tripping, man. That
Abdullah was looking confused at Keyshawn. Like, really?
Going, huh? Like what is that joint like Scooby-Doo?
And yo, I want to say this though. Why I think that Keyshawn could beat Abdullah, I think it's too soon for Abdullah. Yes. You don't take that fight if you Keyshawn. Because even though he may not be ready, he might wake up that day and be ready. When dudes are super talented, you got to leave them young motherfuckers alone. Especially that young boy. That young boy is like he's in 2025 and he got a Ray Leonard frill. I'm leaving him alone, bro.
Yeah. I don't know if Abdullah's hit his man strength yet. I still think he has that teenage kind of young man strength. I don't think he has his grown strength.
Yeah, you cracking them niggas upside their head.
Yeah, he cracking that. He can crack niggas. I'm talking about the elite. He can crack anybody else, but when you get to the elite, you need to have your grown man strength already. You know what I'm saying? In go mode. You can't be developing still and getting stronger and stronger. He needs to already be strong to fight some of these top fighters. But he got the skill, the arm length, the height. He got everything. He has everything. If they wait, Abdullah gonna clean out everybody. If they fuck around and wait and don't get Abdullah early, he gonna clean out everybody.
That the crazy thing is, man, he's a dude that I think even if you're a neutral boxing fan, you would say in about 10 years. Well, I'm sorry, 2 years. He's cooking Tank. Respectfully. And I think Tank's a great fighter. But he's cooking Shakur. If he can maintain that weight healthily, which I don't think he's going to be able to, though.
Hell no.
I think he's going to get a title at 35 and then he's going to move to 40. But he's a dangerous young boy, yo.
I feel like he got one more year at 35.
Yeah, I think he got one more year too. I'm surprised he's still at 35.
Hey, Olmec, you ever see Tank in person? Tank about 5'4", yo.
Hey, how tall is Abdullah?
Abdullah about 5'10". Would you say JR 5'10"?
Around 5'10".
Yeah, I thought he was about 5'9", 5'10". So hell yeah, tall as shit to be at 135, bro.
Hey, we got fighters at like 6'1" at 126 or something. You know what I mean?
True. Yo.
You think he gonna fill in? You think he'll fill up as much as Ryan Garcia? Because he was that height at that way too. And you see how he done filled out? You think he'll fill out that way too?
Yeah. Without the coke, but yeah.
Yeah, without the coke. But Abdullah gets Ryan size. Oh my God. That's gonna be a problem.
Olmec, in 2 years, you got to understand time, brother. Tank is a twitchy fighter. 2 years, Tank could be 32, 33 years old. That young boy
old for Abdullah though.
That young boy will be 23, 24. That young boy light Tank ass up. You gotta watch these young niggas, man. He like dudes just be like because they your favorite fighter and because they dominated so long, you think it's always gonna be like that. But you
Like that,
forget, bro.
and the
Terry
opposite.
Norris cooked Ray Leonard, bro. He cooked
Yeah,
it.
but man, that's not fair. For Tank to fight Abdullah, I think Abdullah's in a different generation. I don't think Tank should have to fight Abdullah. I
No,
think
I don't think Tank should fight that nigga, bro.
now he
Stay
shouldn't.
away from him.
And I don't think he should get shit for it either if he don't fight him. It's kind of the way. It's kind of like Crawford Boots, because Boots is in a different generation too. So I can understand where Crawford is coming from, not really fighting him, but at the same time, it's he still gonna get some slack. But I think the same situation gonna be with Tank and Abdullah. I think Abdullah's just gonna be in a different generation. Tank's gonna be a little older. Fight dudes with big names, get your check, and get the fuck out.
Who had a mind to disagree? No, my bad. Yo, but yeah, Abdullah is yeah, he's that dude right now where he gets his title, WBO title next. Man, they could invest in him and he could like ride that wave because you can see that he's hungry every single time in these fights, man. And
You
he
think?
just he's just patient. That's the thing about him. He's patient.
But
And
you
when
got
he wants to step it up, he'll step it up.
Santos next for the WBO.
Nah, they ain't gonna do that.
Nah, yo, it's gonna be him. It's gonna be Sam Dope. Yo, I want to say something too. I wish G was up, right? So me and G did an interview, and you had dudes in the comments that was critical of Abdullah saying he ducked Edwin De Los Santos. This is what's wrong with boxing fans, and this is why I tell boxers stop giving a fuck what fans think. It sounds fucked up, but it's the truth. So me fighting a dude that I'm contracted to fight and not fighting a guy on 1 day's notice because Keyshawn want to come in 5 pounds overweight is ducking.
Yeah,
I'm fighting the guy that I'm
They
supposed to
said
fight.
that though.
yeah, I'm fighting
Bro,
the guy.
you got some people that feel like Abdullah's ducking. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is
That's
wrong with these
crazy.
niggas, bro?
I didn't know. So was that an option though? I didn't even think that would be an option. That's
Yeah,
an option.
no, that was an option.
There was
But
not.
if I'm Abdullah, right?
No,
I'm fighting for the vacant WBO anyway. I'm
yeah,
going
I'm
to
not
fight
finna
for it
fight
next.
twice for it. Fighting twice don't
So
make no sense.
yeah, so why the hell would I fight this dude who's a southpaw and I've been training for orthodox all camp, 1 day's notice? I don't have the experience like these other guys. I'm a baby, so it's not like I'm a veteran where I've seen every style. No, I haven't seen every style. So no, I'm fighting the guy that I'm supposed to fight.
So I got a question for you, YSM.
Good.
If you give him a full training count, would you be confident to go into a fight then?
Going into the next fight?
Yeah, going into the next fight, you give him a full training count. De Los Santos, WBO title on the line for the and one that gets the belt. Would you be
It's a
confident?
risk. It's a risk, but yeah,
I believe in him too. I
I
won't
think
want
Bullock
I
is
want
sparking.
to take it, but I believe in him too. I ain't gonna count.
Yo, a lot of people go back and they only know Gary. They only know De Los Santos from Shakur, Rayo, etc. There's a fight with William Foster. Go back and watch that fight.
Yeah,
Abdullah can beat him.
yeah, you can. Like the what is that? Joseph Adorno. They sit up against Joseph Adorno, Rayo, Shakur. Like, nah. Yeah, go back to that fight.
I ain't gonna lie, I did pick up on De Los Santos in like the past 3-4 years though. I ain't been on him.
My thing is, man, I don't see why they couldn't have had De Los Santos end up fighting Frank Martin at 140.
Is De Los Santos willing to go to 140 though? He seemed like he kind of cool at 35. I ain't
I
even.
thought he said that he had to get down from a good weight to get to 135 though. But
De Los Santos is little too. I don't know 140. De Los Santos, we talking about Gary Russell.
He's small. He's small.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I mean, that thing Saturday was a shot to try to win that title though, because they're gonna put him in a position to fight for the vacant WBO title. It's gonna be Abdullah Mason and either Sam Noakes or Christopher Maufo, whoever the guy is, number 4 in the rankings. That's what they were saying they're top rank. So
yeah.
So all right, I got another one for y'all. I kind of can tell Bob Arum's interviews, his answers in his interviews, that he wants a few more fights for Abdullah, right? Before he puts him in the title fight. Probably about 1 or 2 more fights. But do you think they owe it to him to give it to
No, they
him?
taking that next.
He's taking the next. I mean, they can't do anything else at this point. They were saying 2 more fights this year for Abdullah after Saturday, but since the WBO is vacant, they gotta have to go have him fight for it now. So they don't have any choice.
He going from his first 12 rounds gonna be for a belt. That's gonna be crazy.
Yo, a lot of times that's the case though. A lot of dudes first 12 before belt.
Mm-hmm.
First 12 gonna be for a belt. That shit gonna be legendary. He pull it off though. Yo, first 12.
Yeah.
That's
JR, because title eliminators are still 10, right?
Yeah, there's still 10.
yeah. He was in a 10 rounder. The last time he fought, it was a 10 rounder. That's why I'm like, oh, that's gonna be his first 12 then. I ain't seen him in too many 10s either. I've only seen him in like 2 or 3 10s. I've been watching this nigga for forever. I ain't seen him in that many 10s. So it's a fast jump. Cause he was in the 6s for a good little minute.
That was only a second 10-round bout.
Yeah, I was finna say he ain't been in 10s that long. They had him at 6s for a long time, for longer than what they needed to have him. He didn't need to be down there that long. They should have moved on. He should probably only had 2 6s, 3 6s at the most, and went straight to 8. And then get the 10. They took forever.
Carl Moretti and Bruce Trampler and Brad Goodman, they had a good plan for Mason. So they said, hey, just follow the plan and we'll get you to and where you need to go.
Dude, they got Keyshawn there in what, 13? They got Keyshawn there in
Hey,
13.
Yeah.
here's the crazy thing. Before it was announced, me and JR knew that it was highly likely that fight wasn't gonna happen.
How y'all know?
Talked to the promoters and executives at Top Rank. Promoters at PBC, executives at Top Rank.
And y'all
They didn't
talking?
see. Yeah, this was what, JR, right after the weigh-in, right?
Yeah, right after the weigh-in. Like,
Yeah, I did see you
yeah,
at the
YSM was talking with Sam Salukowicz right after the joint with the weigh-in. So it was like, nah, bro.
They don't think.
When they
Damn,
said,
I can't believe Keyshawn was pump faking. Hey, Keyshawn had me so fucking hyped.
yeah, I
I
mean,
seen
you
that
had a
shit.
lot
That
of
nigga
folks.
had me so hyped. I said,
But
what?
my thing was like you having this whole fight week. You got your brothers there involved. You're doing these grand arrivals and all this type of stuff here in the city of Norfolk, and then you get this happening going down, man. Like
That's crazy. Hey, why you call that nigga out? You should have never. That's tough. He gonna have to really hurt somebody his next fight. He gonna have to really hurt somebody. You gonna have to remind him. Cause I think folks is writing Keyshawn out. I don't know if Keyshawn gonna get beat in his career. If Abdullah Mason might get him later, but that's if they fight. I think Keyshawn and Abdullah gonna be one of those situations where it's
I don't
gonna be.
know. So you got him under. You got Keyshawn on the top rank, and top rank really don't take a liking to fighters that might be undisciplined or something like that. So
Yeah, that's true. But you don't think he learned his lesson with Floyd? Because Floyd was the same way. He started off cool.
hey,
And
Mill, have you seen anything from Keyshawn since?
No.
Nope, I haven't either. I've seen something from
but
Kelvin. I've seen something from Keon has been on online or whatever it is, but I haven't seen nothing from Keyshawn yet. Nothing.
if I'm Keyshawn, I'm not saying shit. I'm not. He too big. It's a lose-lose. He too big. You know what I'm saying? And he the main name in the story. It's a lose-lose. You just gotta wait until you get a fight announced. You can't be waiting around bullshit neither. You have to fight before the end of the year.
Yo, listen. What I'm worried about, and I like Key, but I was critical of Key this weekend. He drew. I don't know if y'all know that Philly slang, but it was like he was out of pocket basically. That weekend he was out of pocket. And I'm worried that we might not see Keith for a while. And I want him to, of course, take accountability and learn from this. But bro, they lost a lot of money that weekend. And you
A
already
lot.
know how Top Rank can be.
But that's why that's gonna be tough to see me. Damn, so you think they'll suspend them for more than like 3 months? It's gonna be tough for me to see them lose that money, knowing they got something on their hands and not run that shit back. You got to get that back.
Bro, I'm not sure. First off, those fights at Norfolk, that shit is dead for a minute.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
they ain't going back. They ain't going back. He ain't going back for the next 5 years minimum. He ain't going back for the next 5 years. He
Yeah,
gonna
it's
have
gonna
to
be,
win some belts,
it'll be a good
put on
minute.
some great fights before he can say anything about going back home.
Like I said, they go try to punish him like they been trying to do it with the kid that's fighting Truck.
Oh, Jahad, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what Keyshawn though, man. I don't know. Cause Floyd was a wild boy, and that nigga got money. So just cause you wild, I get what he did was out of pocket. It definitely was out of pocket for sure, for sure.
I
But
mean, yeah, like, a lot of people, everybody, a whole bunch of
yeah,
people miss weight and all that. It's one thing to miss weight, but to carry yourself the way that you did, like, after the fights, nah,
it's
that
wild.
couldn't
It's
be.
out of pocket. But we ain't seen worse. And niggas get paid.
Wait,
It's
I got a
something
question.
about somebody
I got a
wanting.
question for you.
Uh huh.
You said you've seen worse, right?
Right.
In one weekend?
And 1 week, I don't know if anybody got worse or promo than Floyd. I'm sorry.
No,
I just
I'm saying in one weekend, he comes in damn near 5 pounds overweight. And
now
then
yeah,
his brother
I'm,
lose. And,
I'm professional as
huh?
hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he compounds that by the incident in the bag.
Yeah, but for me, as out of pocket as it was, I ain't see no punches thrown. I'm looking at the video. I'm trying to see the punches thrown because it's coming across like they threw hands. But then at the same time, I ain't never heard Buddy say he hit him. I heard Buddy say he came back there and that the older brother, the taller one, that did win that night, headbutted him, and that's how he got that little scar on his head. Headbutted him.
Nah, Kelvin wasn't in the locker room. He said that Keyshawn had butted him.
Well, Keyshawn headbutted him, but it was a headbutt. It's out of pocket, but it's a headbutt.
Bro, a head, bro,
Bro,
you know how out of pocket a headbutt is?
It's out of pocket, but it's a headbutt. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying? Like, I feel
bro,
you. I
bro.
feel you, but it's a headbutt, cuz.
Fucking
Like,
Chris Benoit, yo, what the fuck?
not the Chris Benoit, yo.
oh my goodness, I'm telling you, bro. But like, I don't know, man. Like, I think it's bad now. If I'm top ranked, I'm just speaking from top ranked perspective. I'm not speaking from a public or general perception or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get how they gonna look at it and how it's always gonna look. But if I'm top ranked, I'm in those offices, and even though I hear all the chatter, I'm saying fuck that. It's Keyshawn. I'm saying fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm
I
ride this
mean,
shit out. I'm ride it out, and I'm getting them back in that ring, folks. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta say fuck it sometimes, and just hope that the nigga learn his lesson. You gonna be on his ass this whole entire time. He gonna be in the He gonna down there be on house arrest. You feel me? So,
Yo, I, I worry. All right, so look at it this way, right?
mm-hmm.
From your perspective, how much money do you think they lost that fight?
If I had to guess, right, on
Mm,
Keyshawn level, that level of a fight, I can see they was probably giving them a good $4 million for that fight, maybe
no,
3.
no, I'm saying how much do you think they lost for the fight not
How much I think
actually
they
happening?
lost?
Yeah.
Well, they still had the fight. They still had Abdullah Mason.
Mm,
So I don't. When I saw the plays, it wasn't as full as it could be, but it wasn't. It wasn't like it was half empty. So And it's not a pay-per-view fight, so I'm pretty sure they ain't losing off the pay-per-view. Or was it a pay? Was it pay? I don't think.
Nah. All right. So I'm gonna give it to you, right? So, when a fighter weighs in, right now you have to pay him.
Right.
So by
So how much you
everyone,
think De Los Santos was making that fight? I don't see him making more than $1 million. You think
no,
he'll
they
make
said
more than $1 million?
Nah.
they said 600 bands, right?
All right, 600. Okay,
All right.
okay.
So then you got 2,000 tickets was refunded because 2,000 people asked for refunds, right? So the minimum ticket that night was $100. So we're gonna say on the low end, that's 200,000,
Yep.
right? That's just on the low end. So it could be 400,000. We don't know,
Right.
but 200,000 on the low end. So you're talking about a minimum of 800,000. Now you got to worry about if certain sponsorships pull their sponsorship because he wasn't fighting. So let's say it was comparable to $1 million. That's a lot of money, and you gonna roll Keyshawn right back out there and hope that he learned his lesson?
Right back out there, he can't come right back out. There's no way he can
Yeah,
come right back out.
nah.
Yeah.
But I'm talking November, December. He got to pop back out.
I'm gonna say this, man.
I'll be
Of
sooner than
course, I
that.
want him. Yeah, I want him to. I want him to get his money first. I want him to learn his lesson and get his money. I don't think Keyshawn return until 2026.
I'm thinking the same
Damn.
thing. But I'm just saying, from my perspective, if I'm top rank, I'm getting him back end of the year. I'm getting him
But
back in.
here was the thing though. Wasn't he supposed to have something with the ring also? Didn't he mention that with Andre Ward?
What do you say?
I didn't watch the whole interview.
I seen parts of the interview. He said what?
They's involved with Ring Magazine and all that. Like Turkey and stuff, but like if
You know,
he's
Turkey
involved with
a wild card.
Turkey,
I don't know.
as like an ambassador or something like that, then hey, that would make it a real bad look for him on that front. So, man, yeah, I don't see him. Yeah, I don't see him getting back in the ring anytime soon, yo.
He not, but I'm telling Top right. Hey, listen, Top. I'm telling you right now. Don't hold that nigga. He fucked up. He fucked up. You feel me? We ain't nobody giving him a pass for that bullshit. We ain't giving him no pass. Don't hold that nigga though. I'm telling you right now, fam. Don't do it.
Yeah, he is one of them Ring Magazine ambassadors. So I wonder what Ring will have to say about what he did, because a couple of representatives were there in attendance for that fight card. So, I don't know, man.
I just didn't like one thing I didn't really like was his demeanor while he was at the fight. He was too relaxed.
So the word was, as far as like him being overweight, that he really thought that he would still have the fight with Edwin De Los Santos.
I can see that.
He tried to hold him though. He tried to hold him. He looked like, man, this man ain't fought in 2 years. He need his money. He tried to big boy him.
Yeah, but I don't know if he knew the rule though. Because if you felt that way, my nigga, he getting paid anyway.
He been getting money. You gonna be the only one not getting no money.
Yeah,
And I think that's probably what set him off later on.
I can see that, bro.
Yeah, on that
Come
night,
on, man.
he realized, hey, I ain't
bro,
gonna get paid, but he is shit.
but you got a baby mom, you got your family there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
then you find out you get paid, nigga. You ain't even get no money.
Yeah, and you missing a healthy check. Ugh.
And then you, on top of that, you know that you might not get another chance no time soon. Even if you don't act the fool, the fact of the matter that you can't miss some weight like that, it's gonna be the end of the year before you fight again, bare minimum. So you ain't. That's a while to go. He just said, "Fuck it, cuz I gotta hit somebody. Somebody gotta get this work." That's crazy though. He fucked up. He young though, man. He young, but hey, you can line him up with anybody at 140. I'm not sitting him. I wouldn't put him in with Gary Russell first. that'd be a great matchup though. I wouldn't put him in Gary Russell first, but
They do that, then they
everybody
like
else ass
we
up.
with the
It's up
kid.
ass for everybody else. T.O. too. T.O. getting belt the ass too. He fought T.O. He getting belt the ass. This might make him fight T.O. though. He might get desperate enough to where he say, "Fuck it, I'll fight whoever want to fight."
Well, he said,
Nah, shit. I believe he want to fight T.O. It's T.O. that don't want to
fight
fight.
T.O. though.
I did too, but then he say fuck T.O. a while ago that he wasn't gonna give that nigga no money because he was talking all that racist shit and that he didn't want to fight him no more. And he been that's what I thought he was on recently. Cause he got on that
That's another one.
that racist shit, but and he said he didn't want to fight him.
That's another one. Frank Martin.
That fight actually makes the most sense because he not really a 40. And yeah, that fight makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
But damn, though, do it make sense for Frank Martin though? That's your first fight back? Hell no. It's finna be Tank 2.0. You been off for a long time, fam. You been off for a long time. I know everybody, you might feel like you that nigga, but no, that ain't the one. That's a setup. You can't walk into that fight, your first fight back.
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work. He gonna get towed up. It's gonna look worse than what Tank did him because he ain't been in it. When he fought Tank, at least he was fighting. He ain't even been fighting. Cub been chilling. I probably been in the gym, but that don't mean nothing. You don't want to get no young killer first comeback. Hell no. And you might have PTSD.
You may forget about all that, huh?
He might have PTSD, cuz we seen Devin. Devin got PTSD like a motherfucker.
He do.
I nigga got PTSD like a motherfucker. I said, I ain't even watched the fight. When I seen the highlights, I knew. I said, nah, that shit over with.
Yeah. Damn.
That was disappointing. Real disappointing. I ain't think he was gonna be that scared.
Yeah.
Yo, one of the things that Turkey could stop doing, and I think people are overlooking it, is that stop playing in big fights right after big fights. You feel me? The whole buildup was about Ryan versus Dev rematch, and so you got dudes fighting, and of course his manner because they don't feel me.
Yep. That's one thing. He probably won't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? PBC just learned the same damn lesson with Plant and Trollo. They learned the same damn lesson. That's real Trollo though. I don't blame Trollo for not fighting Plant first fight back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't think that gets talked about. You telling a guy that, all right, take this 3 million, take this 4 million, but if you win this fight, that you got 25 million waiting for you. Like how you gonna fight? Especially if you know that this dude can't touch you if you move.
Yep.
Dudes are gonna fight in that
tough.
manner. So I think that was a factor. I think people talk about the running, but it's also a factor that it's gonna be this tournament. You gotta fight this guy, that guy. They all big paydays. So it's like, nah, I want to get to the bread.
I think well, my opinion is the bread definitely played a part, but from a man's standpoint, as a man, you're supposed to get in there. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to get your man on a personal level. You know what I'm saying? So it's disappointing that he goes the other route. You know what I'm saying? After what you just went through, you didn't go. You didn't get knocked out. You went the whole 12, but you was getting your ass whooped. And even though bro cheated, we know that affected you just as a human. We know that affected you.
I also think it was a combination of not being defensively responsible in that fight,
Yep.
and then taking the punishment. So you're overly defensively responsible,
Yep.
and a little gunshot.
with the money on top of that.
With the bread on top of it, I think it was a perfect storm that Turkey might not even see that he's a part of the problem, though.
Yeah.
With you stacking up these, okay, you got a 3-fight deal, and these are all your fights. Like,
Tough. You know what I'm saying? That's tough.
hey, y'all, I'm about to head out, y'all. This Greg knocked the fuck out, bro.
Greg is
I'm gonna
out.
head out. Appreciate y'all.
Man, the bro done turned over twice.
I'm telling you, man. Cheat the
Yes.
cheat. That nigga went right cheek, left cheek.
Man, I told y'all he went to took a trip and took us up in the dreamland, man. Like, come on, man. He gotta he gotta slow down with that, good man. But nah, dog. I don't know what they gonna do with Keyshawn, man.
I
I
don't
hit
know either.
up somebody earlier today, and they ain't say nothing about it yet. So I'm trying to figure out if I could get maybe Carl Moretti to say something, but I don't know if he gonna say anything about it since since one, he the VP at Top Rank, and two, that whole ESPN deal done. So nobody even knows where they're gonna be at after ESPN next month. So that's how that be, man. I'm like, you got all that on the line. Like you said, man. I mean, Keyshawn could have been paid like $1 million purse.
Yeah.
Had all of them people be out there Norfolk for the fight. And bro,
That shit was gonna be jumping. The De Los Santos, you taking on De Los Santos, and we know he a thumper. Oh my. We saw
yeah,
your last fight when you got in there with a thumper. We saw it. We expecting the same shit, and you fuck it up.
yeah, man.
Fucked it up. That's crazy.
Yeah,
You
for
can
sure.
act a fool, but you can't blow the bag though. You know what I'm saying? You can't blow the bag. Can't do that. Well, shit, fam. I guess I'm finna get up off this motherfucker too, man.
Yeah, this joint about midnight, bro. So folks about to watch Greg be on the joint, man, for a good little bit, man.
No, man.
Out
Hey,
too, yo.
Greg, when you see this, appreciate you for allowing us on this platform, man. This is a great atmosphere, man. Talk boxing because you don't get to talk boxing. Motherfuckers just
Yeah,
don't talk it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, for sure, man. So yeah, he opened up the the for folks to jump on and speak boxing and everything like that. So
Hell yeah.
that's what got Greg, man. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Greg, man. Shout out Greg. All right, man. Till next time, bro.
Yeah, no doubt, y'all.
All right.
I'm about to check out, man. Of course, y'all support Mr. GHB, even though, as I said, he in dreamland right now. He got the drink there with the conversation with Bang on Sundays too, with the Sunday dinner, man. But man, hey, the yelling, can't ring the bell, none of that, can't call him. Nah, it ain't gonna work. So yeah, I don't see that. What it said, Cedeno, man, nah, I don't think so. That would be it. Henry Cedeno at 140, maybe, but I don't know. They probably put him up against somebody like Antonio Moran, give him a freebie of sorts for Keyshawn at 140 before he gets in there to try to fight for one of them belts or anybody like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, that's that's it on my end, man. So y'all, if y'all if y'all want to stay here and roast Greg, y'all, man, come on, man. At least support the cash apps or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, he counting them sheep. But hey, that's it for me, y'all. I'm out. Peace, y'all.
Mhm. What? Did you fall asleep on the line? Huh? Are you still on the line? I did. You said you did.